Hey dudes, just a quick update. It's not like a real video, whatever. But I installed the adventure update for Minecraft, and I was pleasantly surprised. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about, but I want to get it done in one video, and basically talk about my likes and dislikes, and also what I plan to do for future Minecraft videos. So first off, I want to talk about what I don't like, and that's the new terrain builder. If you have a world already made before the update, you might find some weird structures created as you explore the world. Basically, the old seeds don't work anymore. So whenever something new gets created in the world, it's generated by a completely different seed. So you might find that your world has like 1/3 of a mountain and then maybe on the other side of that mountain is like a desert or nothing but water, or ice suddenly stops. And I'm not too keen about that. It's not that big of a deal, really, but it'd be nice if there was some kind of, I don't know, some kind of gradation into the new terrains. And maybe that's a bug, I'm not sure. I haven't really read anything new about it. I read just a little bit on the forums because I didn't want to spoil the new stuff that's in the game. I saw a lot of posts on the new mob called Enderman, I guess, and I don't want to ruin it for me. So I was very selective on what I read. Also, going on the terrain builder, the new terrains, the new, I don't know, I guess biomes, they're really interesting, but there are times when they seem almost endless. Like I was in a desert. I recreated my world using the same seed to see what the difference would be, and I spawned in a desert, and it stretched for so long. It was kind of like on my first video where I spawned in the middle of nowhere. I was like in the North Pole or something, and I had to run for what seemed like 10 minutes to find land, unfrozen land. And that's kind of what it seemed like. And I noticed there's some plains as well that just stretch on forever. Well, it seems like forever. I know it's not forever. Same thing with forests. So really, those are my only dislikes, and really the terrain is not that big of a deal because I actually like that as well. It's nice that if you want to explore a forest, well, there's a big freaking forest over there. Maybe to the north, you have a huge forest. Maybe to the south, you have this really big desert to explore, and to the west, maybe it's like plains or marshlands, and to, I don't know, northwest, there's like a big river and there's like a swampy type area. So it's cool, but at the same time, if you wanted to see really varying terrains, you might have to travel a little bit. That's just from what I've seen so far. I used a seeded world and a non-seeded world, and I kind of got the same terrain in both. So I don't know, it's good or bad, depends on your opinion. So yeah, those are my dislikes. That's a little bit my like for the terrain. And my biggest like on the new update is the performance. It runs so well. The whole cloud glitch is gone, so I don't have to use any kind of mods. I was using Optifine. I don't have to use that anymore because it runs really well. The only bad thing about it is at the speed that terrain gets built, but I think that's always been the case. I know Optifine had a setting to speed that up, but it really lagged the game. Your FPS dropped pretty significantly if you wanted to load the world faster. So it'd be nice to see an improvement on that, but at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of stuff being generated, so I think everyone can let that one slide. The second biggest thing that I like is that there's no goal to the game yet. I had a lot of, I don't know, misconceptions, I guess, about the update, because I thought that you'd have to do something. Like there was something for you to do besides just doing whatever you wanted. When I found a town in one of my worlds, the new worlds, I thought I'd find something there, or when I loaded the game, I thought it'd start to railroad me into something, but it doesn't, and I'm really happy about that. I did read, I think it was on Notch's blog, that an adventure mode is still forthcoming, but I think the key word there is mode, not necessarily update, or that it's going to be added to the game and that you have to play that way. So the whole idea that I had that once this update came about that it would change the game drastically, part of it was my fault because I didn't read all that was coming out. But I'm really happy that that change didn't happen. So it's basically still the same game, only with a real serious makeover. Like the food, which is my next topic. I really like the food system. It was something that when I first heard about, I was like, oh man, so you can't just like you regenerate health, that's so lame, it's like easy mode. But actually it's not really easy mode, because now you really have to stock up on food. Part of it is because of the new sprint that you can do when you can run. That really drains your stamina, so you have to eat a lot if you want to be running a lot. But also just working, doing stuff, walking around, mining, building things, that all drains your stamina. And it's all well and good when you're just like building, walking around. It kind of makes it easier, okay. But when you're, say, fighting, or you're really deep in a mine or dungeon, whatever, if you run out of food, you can die, even if there's nothing around you. If there are no mobs, if you don't have food and you run out of stamina, you will die unless you eat something. So I like it. I like the food, the new food, the new hunger system. I also like the fact that since the game now has all these new things, there's still nothing that spoils it unless you spoil it for yourself. Like if you go to the Minepedia, or you just type into Google Minecraft recipes, that's still not in the game. The achievements kinda help you craft things, but it's real basic stuff from what I've seen. I haven't tried to get all the achievements, but from what I see, they don't tell you how to make stuff, which I really like. And the new Enderman mob is not like, it's not rare enough that you won't encounter it, but it's not being spammed. Like, I've yet to see two in the same spot. Very rarely have I seen two in the same night. It could be different for someone. It might just be my luck, obviously, since the update's still somewhat new. But Um, the new stuff isn't being spammed and it's not being overdone, which I like. Um, the last thing that I want to comment on is the lighting. The lighting is really, really nice. I like what they did with it, with the torches, how light from the sun is different from light from a torch, and how it's a light from the torch is different from light from lava. Really, really dig the new lighting effects, the new particle effects. When you're in water, there's, you know, little stuff in there, particles. Also, when you're deep down into a mine, there are particles now, and lighting doesn't travel very far from where you are. So let's say you had a mine system where you had torches all the way down so you could see all the way to the end or to your max view distance. It doesn't work that way anymore. When you're all the way down to the bottom, you could only see so far. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. It does make going deep down into a mine a little more dangerous and a little more disorienting, but it does kind of add a little bit more to that uncertainty, a little bit more to that fear factor, because even though you've lit your way all across this, you know, mine, you're still not going to be able to see very far. So I'm on the fence on that one. I do think it's kind of cool, but we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it on the update, what I like and disliked. What I plan to do is I'm going to create a new world. I'm going to start from scratch, mainly because of the new terrain deal. I don't really want to see my world split up like that. I mean, it's kind of cool. Some of the places are interesting, but I would rather just create a new world, have everything be the way that it's supposed to be, you know, not have like a desert, then have blocks of ice next to it. So, even though I think that already happens, so I don't know what my beef is. But anyway, I don't want to see half of a mountain and then see nothing but water. That's basically what I want. I want to have it normally be, have the world be created normally. So I'm going to start over, create a new world, and I don't think it's that big of a deal since, as you've seen in my previous videos, my new place got tore up. I did fix it up a little bit, kind of evened it out, but there was still a lot of work to be done to it. So I have no qualms of starting a new world, especially now since the game is still original. It's still like the old game. There's just some new stuff added to it that really, in a way, it doesn't really change how the old game worked. The new food system, like I said, yeah, it's a little bit easier when you're constructing stuff. If you take some fall damage, whatever, you'll just regenerate it, right? But if you keep going that way, if you don't stock up on food, you might get a little screwed. So that and the new mobs, the new terrain, I mean, that's just extra. We want that all the time, right? We always want new recipes, new mobs, new terrain types, new biomes, all that stuff. So the game is still the same, therefore I'm going to keep going with it, with the adventure update, because it runs really great, and I really want to see what's new. So that pretty much does it. On my YouTube videos, I've already labeled them as pre-update. My new ones will be just Minecraft, and that's it, and then title like 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, 2.1, like I have been. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys, and I hope you're all enjoying Minecraft as much as I am right now.